Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. I want to cover the 3 most popular decks for climbing the standard ladder before ranked reset happens soon. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. That way you have a good understanding of what's strong, whether you want to play the best decks themselves or if you want to know how to counter them. Let's see what these strong decks are, shall we? Welcome to Meta Report. And of course, we'll be starting with a meta mainstay, and that is Lurk. Coming in with a win rate of 53.8% and a play rate of nearly 4%, it is very popular and also holding its own. Its best matchups include Ryze, Aatrox Morg, Lee Sin Viktor, and Bard Mordekaiser. Its worst matchups are Fizzly Sin, Draven Jinx Discard, Lulu Jinx Discard, and also Zed Udyr. So this should come of no surprise. Lurk is always popular and always very strong as long as it is in the standard rotation, so I would recommend picking this deck up if you haven't, just to learn it, learn the ins and outs, because even if you don't play it yourself, you are going to fight it quite often, so you also want to know how to play against it. This list contains pretty standard numbers, however it does all in the Ruthless Predator. Usually I see it at like a 2 of, maybe a 1 here or there, and also like there's sometimes a 1 of Riot Negation. Lurk has been historically one of the decks that you can alter the numbers and play with a bunch of different like ratios of like 1 or 2 things here, 1 or 2 things there. As long as you're primarily playing Lurk units and Lurk spells, then overall it's pretty fine. So we are going to be running 2 Bakai, 3 Chronomancer, and 3 Ruthless Predator. That puts us at 8 non-Lurk cards, which is, you know, pretty average. That's about what you tend to hit no matter what you are doing with your random 1 and 2 ofs. You're going to be hitting this ratio pretty frequently, so that is the general like deck building side of things. Now in terms of gameplay, this is a very aggressive mid-range style deck. It wants to set up early, it wants to attack, scale the attack up so that the little fishes that start as like 1 or 2 attack end up being like 7 attack units, which is really cool. And then also leveling Rek'Sai, using Pike spell if he gets lurked, things like that, right? And then you basically just try to win in the mid game, but you're doing it from a very aggressive standpoint. So it's a board centric, swinging mid-range deck. Pretty fun, pretty epic. You can get like some pretty good high rolls with it, but overall it holds a lot of consistency through the predict cards. So that also gives some reason why the deck remains popular and strong even to this day. It's just kind of like well-rounded. It does lose to things that are like turbo aggro and also outraces it, but in a lot of metas where there's like more control and aggro is toned down, then Lurk gets to come up, you know, there's like a little bit of that power balance there. So that's why Lurk is still good. That's why I still recommend picking it up and learning it even to this day. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting the Mirror Match, which is something I don't often get to do in Meta Report, so I'm actually really happy about this. So, we are attacking on odds, which is good. We can start proccing Lurk right away, as long as we open a 1-cost card. We definitely want to keep the Snapjaw Swarm for defense 2, so I'm going to keep that and pitch the rest. Hopefully we get a 1-cost. Yes, we did, and it's also a predict unit. So, we are in a very, very good spot for the Mirror, because this puts us just like a little bit ahead. Getting to attack on first turn really dictates the pace of the game. Honestly, this could be a FF angle for the opponent, because we also hit Rek'Sai on turn 1, and they're going to see this. They're going to see the purple lightning. We are incredibly far ahead now. Whenever you are playing Lurk, the most important thing to do is look at the attack token and realize if you won or lost a 50-50 right at the start of the game. Because when you're playing Lurk, you want to attack on turn 1. You want odds. Snapjaw Swarm. And we hit Pike. I don't know. This is just kind of insane. Maybe I'm destined to be a Lurk player. We hit Rek'Sai on 1, Snapjaw Swarm on 2. Oh, they also hit Rek'Sai. Alright. Double high rollers. We're both gaming. Alright, I probably want to go ahead and play Sharkling here. And we mayhaps do Call the Pack to put Rek'Sai on top of the deck. That way we can double dip the Rek'Sai again. And then she'll go up to 8. So we could have leveled Rek'Sai on attack 5. Which is really good. So that is what I'm going to do. Call the Pack also gives us extra resources, so we'll take 2 more units here. Nice. Good ones. Yeah, this seems easy peasy. Easy peasy to play out. Rek'Sai 8, 6. So as long as we don't whiff Lurk next turn, then we will get Rek'Sai level on attack 5. Because of her extra +1 effect. Let's go ahead and play the Collar. Collar can get us... I mean, another Snapjaw Swarm is just fantastic. Why not? Your own Rek'Sai, is that Ruthless Predator? Are you leveling Rek'Sai on turn 4? No, you're not. Rek'Sai's gonna be at 9. 7. 8. And then her own effect, 9. She did not level, so... Since she's going to burrow back into deck, we just take the 9, kill the hatchling as a blocker, and then we have empty board. Goodbye, Rek'Sai. Back to the deck you go. And then we play our Rek'Sai. Yes. Instantly. I could do Snapjaw Swarm to kind of like check if we are hitting Lurk, but I might want to save it, and I also want the spell mana for Death from Below. I want to do Snapjaw Swarm on defense turn. Ooh. Very interesting. So we hit anyways. Let me get that. Let me get that Rek'Sai on turn 5. Yeah. There is definitely a lot of merit to doing the Snapjaw Swarm at some point this turn, though. I do see the different lines. I'm just going to go with this one. I'm liking what I'm cooking here. Unless they play their Snapjaw Swarm and then I just die. I'm at 8, so I got to be a little mindful of that. Right. That's okay. Yeah, we can play the little shark. Again, we also have Pike Spell. So we should be fine. He's at 8 attack too. And we also have 8 mana, so how do we want to do this? I'm thinking Snapjaw Swarm now. Proc the Lurk. And then we have the Death from Below. Yep. And there's the Rek'Sai, and we should win the game off of this, because that also puts them below Rite of Negation, which is the only out the mirror match has. That's it! Easy as that. That Pike actually helped a lot. Was definitely the win con of the mirror match. Alright, so we're going to be slowing it down a lot for this next one, and that is Heimerdinger Viktor, coming in with a win rate of 56.49% and a play rate of 3.26%. This mayhaps just be the control deck of the meta. Its best matchups include Championless P&Z Shadow Isles, P&Z Shadow Isles with Senna, Bard Mord, and also Mord P&Z. Its worst matchups are Jarvan Udyr Morgana, Lurk, Vex, and Nocturne Vex. So this deck is a really good example of a resource-based control deck. Your entire game plan is going to be slowing down the opponent, using your resources efficiently to try to just get ahead, and then keep generating more and more while the opponent gets more and more behind. You also have outs to a lot of the things the opponent is trying to do. So if they're trying to set up for like a big spell, oh, deny. They're trying to play a bunch of little units, okay, removal. And then you're just going to be stalling to the late game, as is typical with this region combination. You know, this is pretty akin to Karma Set. However, the win con is not as simple to pull off. You can't just be on Karma and Set at turn 10 and instantly win. You do have to jump through some hoops to get there, and you are going to have to play Heart of the Tree, get all of this off, and then also manifest a really big unit and try to use that as one of your like pressure tools slash win cons. So you have to treat this deck kind of like a toolbox, where you have a lot of tools at your disposal, and you have a lot of areas where you need to use these tools, but you also have to be good at allocating those tools to said places. You have to be able to be like, okay, this spell needs to be used here. I need to save mana in case the opponent needs to do that, and I need to have a counter next turn, right? There's a little bit more nuanced thinking that comes with playing this kind of deck, but it is a very good control deck regardless. You can just kind of like shoot at things, play big landmark, try to get big unit, and win, right? But there is some skill expression, and there is a lot to learn with this deck and with this playstyle, but I definitely highly recommend it, especially since, again, this region combo historically has been a really, really strong one to be played together, and Heimer and Viktor are pretty good together. You can just kind of like get really far out of control with your created cards getting discounts and Heimerdinger creating a bunch of turrets, right? While the opponent, again, just kind of like falls behind. So you create this resource snowball that you just run over the opponent with because you're getting a bunch of turrets, you're getting generated spells, you're getting generated units from the landmark, and you're just kind of like winning the game that way. It's a bit more of a slow burn, but definitely one that is strong, especially if you start getting a stranglehold over your opponent. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting Vlad Brom. Actually one of my favorite casual decks to play. I love Vlad Brom. I've always loved this combo. So we have Heimer and Flash, which is a dastardly combo. Allows us to be able to get to our 3-cost turret and also get our spell mana back, which is really cool. Twin and Yep Clock. I think we can probably get rid of both of those, keep the Heimer Flash combo, and just try to play for the mid game. Okay, so we have second Heimer, and we got the Yep Clock back, which is relatively fine. As long as they're playing, like, kind of slow, and maybe they have more removal, like, let's say they're teched versus aggro, we should be able to get away with, like, a more greedy opener and playing slow. The thing is, like, Vlad Brom can hit the gas, all things considered, but we do have landmark removal in case they are playing a landmark reliant version with like Scargrounds and stuff, which of course they are running, so we can aftershock that and be pretty happy. But yeah, we're just going to chill for the first couple turns. Hopefully we don't get run over, which is like the biggest weakness with this kind of hand. Luckily we're not fighting like true aggro. Okay, we have 2 clocks. Nice. 2 clocks, 2 Heimer. We're on a couple pairs here. So our hand is scuffed. If we win, if you're seeing this on YouTube, that means I won. But that also means something crazy is going to happen. And that's already the start of something crazy. I wish I had Aftershock right now. Crimson Banquet Hall is like pretty good. I know this is like a really janky combo card, but it can also be used in just regular Vlad Brom. It's fine. Curator. That's one of the situations where it's definitely fine. That's pretty good. Allies cost 1 less. When you play an ally, deal 2 to it. Oh yeah, that's pretty insane. I might actually have to twin and remove that. Like, that's actually the play here. They're gonna get 1 Anaka weapon off, right? Yeah, 1 spear hit. That's okay. We do get to kill the Curator, though, which is nice. It's nothing personal. This is very much worth, because they're on 0 mana. Vlad Brom is one of those decks where they need units on the board. That way their combat tricks can really shine. Like the Troll Chant, like the Sky Splitter, like the Transfusion. So I think that was definitely a good play. Block. Deny's nice. It's 3 mana Deny. I mean, can I really hate on that? Not really, so I'm gonna go for that. 3 mana Deny is pretty lit. I cannot do the Heimer Flash combo now because my hand's a little awkward. Okay, Instant Poro. That's pretty insane. Definitely not bad. Hopefully they don't also have Vlad in opening hand, because I'm gonna be like really far behind if that's the case. Alright, so it would seem it is not. Not the Vladimir. Allies cost 1 less. I mean, they could still play him. Because, like, that counts for champion. Dude, this card's actually insane. It's cooking. And double Darken Spear, too. Nah, I'm getting rinsed. Alright, you're summoning a Poro, I'm gonna be summoning a turret. To be honest, I will put up a fight here. I definitely will. I'm not playing this yet, right? Healing Nexus 3 and some Sprite Link? Not yet. We'll do that. Actually, I kind of need to do that. But I need to set up blockers for the next turn. The Sprite Link is not enough. Let's do Flash. Apex turret. Is that a glorious evolution? From hit show Arcane Season 2? That's crazy. Definitely a decent card here. We can flash again. Get the spell mana back again. Just see what happens. Oh my, okay. Alright, they're cooking. I have Deny and I have Blooming Bud. I mean, I could get a Big Dinosaur, or I could play Yep Clock. Again, Big Dinosaur or Yep Clock? I mean, I'm liking Big Dinosaur because it levels Heimer. And I do get more resources out of it. Okay, that's not a good card. That is not a good card into them at all. I don't know, maybe I'm cringe. I'm pretty sure I do not want to attack with T-Hex unless they go below 2. If they go to 1 mana, I'll do it. Okay. I mean, there is a world where I just swing with everything, though. Boom, boom, boom. If I swing with everything, they only have, like, Sky Splitter or Troll Chant for Braum, and then these can all trade. I mean, I'm down. And, like, what, Braum will level? That's fine. I get to keep T-Hex. This is decent pressure, actually. And I am out-resourcing all of a sudden. I have a really, really big hand. I just don't have a lot of mana to play it out next turn. If I could also resolve this Glorious Evolution, then I'm pretty sure I can straight up win. But that's going to be a little bit from now. I need to deal with the threat that's right in front of me. Sure, take heart. We got a couple trades. I'm actually kind of happy about this. Braum level is fine. He's gonna have 3 attack now. 4 attack! Oh my goodness. Oh, there's my Aftershock. Too little too late, but whatever. What, am I just gonna Blooming Blood that? Blooming Bud? I mean, I can. Don't see why not. I can use my cheap one, too. I'm about to be really annoying, though, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, put that weapon back in your hand, too. And then play the turret for free. Wait! I can Wombo Combo! I can Aftershock the Drowsy Dewdrop, and then goodbye Braum. Wait, that's kind of cool. Wombo combo. So like I mentioned earlier, some wacky stuff is happening. I do love that. I think it's better than hitting Banquet at this point, too. Ow. And Unworthy Soul? I'm kind of cringe. Wait, this is so sick. I'm just lobbing spells and turrets. So yeah, I'm going to do Rocket Barrage and try to lower their blockers and actually start pressuring. Just because I can. I have turrets for days. I have Sleep and Recall for days. I'm so annoying. And I also have Deny for protection in case something weird were to happen. I can do 3 mana Deny and Unworthy Soul and put the Vrina like back in their hands. Ah. Bloodsworn Pledge, you say? Well, that is a little bit annoying. Just a little bit, though. Sure. Alright. What else you got? Play another unit. Tap out for me. I want to put that Vrina back in their hands.
By all means, get in my way.
Oh, that unit just died. On summon. That's pretty cool, too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Unworthy Soul. Well, oh, we can lob her. New idea. Let's attack first. Okay, can you stop? How do you have so many dudes? They're also on like an infinite, which is kind of funny. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then we'll keep Heimer back, of course. Their Crimson Banquet versus my army of turrets. Now that's going right back into your hand, straight up. And then I can replace one of my turrets with the Apex one. And if they ever play Anaka, that's when I'm going to Blooming Bud. Yeah, now that I have the board space for my turret again, I'm really happy about this. Can you stop shooting me? And that's it. Now we can pass. The extra floated spell mana goes a long way too. Yeah, just play Anaka, watch what happens. I'm too mana efficient, I think. Like, I just have too much. Spirits, nope, not happening. That's a deny. Absolutely not happening. Nopers. Absolutely freaking not. That's right! Let's go! Again, slow burn, but I'm working towards it. And the last deck I have is a menacing combo between Ezreal and Nilah, coming in with a win rate of 51.48% and a play rate of 2.51%. It's still very good. Its best matchups include LeBlanc Sivir, Ez Senna, Draven Jinx Discard, and also Ryze. While its worst matchups are Zed Udyr, Morgana Lilia, Vlad Braum, and Aatrox Morgana. So this deck is still kicking with its heavy reliance on Sunken Temple, which basically makes or breaks this deck. You're going to be playing very turbo like removal and then also turbo card draw in the mid game, and then just playing out some of these like crazy wombo combos like Sunken Temple into big draw, Ruin Rex for big removal, that's multiple targets for Ezreal, Ezreal level 2, a bunch of spell slinging, Ezreal's going to kill, Nilah comes down, kind of like makes the board easier to deal with when she is leveled, and also softens the enemy nexus for Ezreal direct damage. Really, really nice. Helps Ezreal basically close out the game. But yeah, you're going to be playing super defensive early, and then basically switch gears into like super combo-y in the mid game. So it's kind of cool. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got direct damage, it's got landmark removal, it's got draw, it's got lots of draw actually, and then it's got like Ezreal level and like turbo win con. So it's got pretty much everything that you need from these two regions, and you basically just play like, again, super like reactive, right? No matter what you're doing, you're trying to be on the reaction side of things. You're waiting for the opponent to commit to something, and then you are punishing said commitment. You're not really trying to set up too much your own way, except for exactly Sunk Temple on 5 if you can get away with it. Ideally, the opponent hasn't played an Explorer yet. Ideally, they don't even have one. And then you can kind of just run away with the game, turn 6, 7, 8, and then you are out of there. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how it plays out. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting Lucian Darius midrange. We're going to go ahead and mulligan away Gotcha. We always want to draw into Gotcha. We do not want it in our opening hand. Same with the Rexes. We'll just keep Nilah. Nilah's great because we have her on attack turn 2, so we can get an early Slipstream in. Slipstream is sick because we can play this later, get some fleeting cards, and then Sunken Temple will actually save them, and then basically give us extra card draw, while not even having to worry about the fleeting aspect, which is really nice. And she's also brash, so she's hard to block early. So that's going to be the game plan. It's Nilah on attack 2, Mirai Warden on defense 3. Not sure what I'm doing on 4, but I would like to play Sunken Temple on 5. And then also Mystic Shot mana to deal with like Lucian, really nice, or some kind of other early development. Since they are playing mid-range, we do have to pay attention to potential combat tricks and buffs. So if they play Lucian and also play below 2 mana for form up, he will just die to Mystic Shot, which is cool. So that's probably what we're going to have to play for. we might have to Formless Blade as well in case that is their option. So we can also counter. No problem at the moment. Get that Slipstream in our top 6. Feels good. Double Sunken Temple's kind of mid, but whatever. The first one will just updraft the second one. Noxian Fervor. That is not happening. A very proactive Fervor, using that as removal. So that means they do not have a combat trick in hand. It would have been a lot simpler if they just did, like, attack plus form up, you know? So that's obviously not the option. That's the worst possible one cost, but it's fine. We'll just hold on to it as a potential blocker, I guess. The amount of times I've hit Star Shepherd in, like, pirate aggro is so sad. I'm used to it at this point, like, straight up. Should I play into the Moray Warden or just attack here? I'm liking just attacking. I don't want them to set up something on turn 4. Like, I don't know, they could be running the Ichor Lizard. And all of a sudden my attack is a lot less good. It's like, I don't really know what's in their deck. So I'm going to take the guaranteed damage and pressure. And if they meet me with a spell, like a buff of any kind, then we still have that Formless Blade in our pocket. And they have less to work with, essentially. So, yeah, I think attacking immediately kind of like pinches them. Ooh!
You're adorable when you're angry.
The Senna. Well, alright, we do have the Star Shepherd. We can prevent some damage, which is nice. But yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to Sunk Temple, and then we're going to Slipstream. Basically, just get a new hand. And, like, anything here is going to be discounted if we redraw it. What we want next turn is the Ruined Rex, and then we can just kind of, like, kill everything on their board, even if a level happens. But this is, like, really where the pressure of this deck comes in. We have removal, and we just have units all over the board. So it's really hard for the opponent to make headway. Wow, Overwhelm. Overwhelm Senna's pretty sick, actually. I love that for you. That's really good. I'm just gonna go ahead and Slipstream now. I know they're going to attack, but I do not want to risk. Yeah, let's double Slipstream. Just fill our hand with stuff. And again, I know these are fleeting, but the Sunken Temple's gonna save them. Put them back in the deck and then redraw them.
I'd let them live.
Alright, this attack order is a little whack. They should have attacked the Lucian first, because, like, what if I do this? And then that threatens the Lucian. But that's after she would attack, so much less good for them.
Please don't hurt them. Not today.
How about this? I'm liking this. Their attack order was a little goofy. They should definitely attack the Lucian first. And then Senna would double hit. But she's a lot easier to deal with than Lucian. And Lucians stay leveled in deck, whereas Senna's do not, so given the chance, I will always kill the Lucian over the Senna. Yeah, leveled Nilah is quite good. And there's the Ruined Rex already. I don't know if I have to whip that out immediately. I mean, like, I could. Or I could just gotcha. And then play other stuff this turn. Let's start with gotcha. I don't think Ruined Rex on one unit is appropriate here. That's like way too much. It's like overkill. I can get the Ezreal down and then try to draw into a cheaper Ruined Rex with like the next hit. I feel like just like one Sunken Temple Resolution was enough to win this. Prismatic Barrier, alright. So we'll also throw a Make It Rain on top. No problem, I'm pretty happy with the Make It Rain. Goodbye, Telstone. Goodbye, Senna. Why is my card upside down? That's a pretty interesting visual bug.
By the strength of our convictions.
I mean, I'm going to be playing Ezreal too.
Time for a true display of skill.
Challenger, but only for this round. Okay.
Dance with me.
You're gonna put that down to 3.
I've got this.
One shot, all skill.
And then if it blocks, he goes to 1, so he'll die to make it rains if I draw into them. Or he can just block the Nilah outright if he wants. He's a brash blocker. Alright.
Stop me.
Yeah, live with 3 health. That's probably a good idea. Put that back in the deck. Thank you. I mean, the Sunken Temple card is just way too insane. Like, just way too insane. Like, I don't know how chill this is.
I have my order.
But it does not seem very chill, you know? Oh, what's going on here? That's a big Darius. Hold up. What are you trying to do to me? What are you trying to do to me right now? Let's slipstream.
Seize the initiative.
Nilah. Thermo Beam. Fascinating. Yeah, we can do this quite literally for free. And then just be like, bop, bop. Chip it out. I'm so annoying, actually. Bop. Bop. And if they did have form up, then got the Mystic. Right. Yeah, I'll take that pass. I just win.
Be strong. These are dark times.
I have so many different ways to kill them. So many. A plethora, even.
Listen and
We'll start with attacking. That's, number 1 of 7 ways I can kill them this turn. Absolutely insane. Crazy snowball effect. And that's it for this week's decks. Extra shout out to the patrons on screen. Much love and thank you for supporting. So yeah, to wrap things up, Explorers are really good still. There's a huge reliance on landmarks in this meta, and also pick up Lurk if you haven't yet. It's always a meta staple as long as it's in rotation. This has been Meta Report. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters!